Travis, how are you, buddy?
Matt, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
You know what? I can't complain yet. It's a good day.
Any day we wake up is a good day. Hey, how do I sound? I don't know if you can hear me.
Now you sound pretty good.
Okay, good. I'm using earbuds and I never quite know how that sounds.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, so don't you worry. So,
Well,
how,
it's good to hear your voice again.
no, yeah, it's good to be hear yours. How have you been during this time?
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but there's a little bit of a quarantine thing going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard there's a lack of toilet paper going around the country right now.
Luckily, thank goodness we still have some.
Oh, good, 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 good. So you're still going to work, correct?
I am. We're one of the fortunate ones. I guess depends on how you look at it. We're fortunate enough that we still can go to work. I work in the factory industry where it's considered essential.
Yeah.
We make we make products for healthcare and for transportation, and everything that's considered essential. We make products for. So we've had customers that have come to us that said, "Please stay open because we need you to supply us so we can stay open." That type of thing.
Hmm. What are these
And so I've been
products?
lucky. I've been lucky. I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, no. What were some of these products that you sell?
Well, we sell the temperature sensors and the heaters and the controllers that go into the machines that build these products.
Oh, very cool. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, but you've been healthy. Everything's good with that.
Yep, we've been healthy, knock on wood. We've been doing our self quarantine, only going out when absolutely essential.
Hmm.
Like I was saying, I was lucky enough I can work from home most of the time.
Oh, good.
There are a few times when I do have to go into the plant,
Hmm.
and my company has been taking all the precautions with taking temperatures before we enter the building and maintaining 6 feet apart
Hmm.
at all times when we're waiting in line to get our temperature taken. And they've adjusted the production lines that people are no longer standing really close to each other. They've adjusted it so they can be further apart, wiping down surfaces several times during the shift. I mean, they're really doing their part to make sure they're protecting their workers.
That's great. No, that's very good. Today I had a nice little rant about the usage of hand sanitizer. And I was yelling because I think for five calls people called and asked, "Do we have hand sanitizer?" Spoiler alert: we do not. And so I yelled out loud for the millionth time, "We do not have hand sanitizer." And as soon as I said that, this customer walked in, heard me say that, and then walk right out. So I think I got the message.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got the message pretty clear to that person. Shout out to that person if you're listening. Probably not though. Uh, um, so also for you during this time you were doing a show, uh, and that
Yes.
unfortunately got also shut down. It was in the middle of performances, correct?
We were um, we were able to finish 2 weeks out of our 3 week run. Yes.
Well, that's
We were
good.
shut down for our third week.
Oh, how was the how was the attendance still pretty strong by the time you guys closed?
It's hard to say what it would have been because we were following, or I should say, the Opera House and Theater 121 were following guidelines set forth by the CDC.
Okay.
So we were actually limiting our audiences to 250.
Which when you say 250, that doesn't sound bad, but for our listeners, the Opera House holds I think over 400 seats. So that's
Correct.
yeah, so that's half full. So that's crazy. But I'm sure the response to the show still has not changed. It was still well received, and I'm sure you guys grew even closer as an ensemble by the end of it.
Absolutely. No one wants to end a run prematurely. But, we were fortunate. We were lucky that we knew we were closing on Sunday. So we knew that Sunday was going to be our last performance. And as an actor, Matt, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
When you know it's your last performance, it means something special. Had we closed before we were able to have that last performance, it would have been tough. There wouldn't have been, I hate to use the word closure for the actors and for the family that we create, you know?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. So hats off to you guys for capping off a wonderful run. So I'm curious. I ask people this a lot. If you had to describe what you're feeling, would you say was it more of a fear? Is it more of a sadness? Or is it just more of an anger with how you're going through this pandemic?
I'm not angry.
Okay, good.
Life's too short to be angry. I think I'm fearful a little bit. I mean, who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
I'm not fearful for catching COVID. I think I'm taking the correct responses, and my family is protecting ourselves the best we can.
Yeah.
I'm not really fearful of that. I'm fearful of what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah. Why would you say fearful? What makes you fearful about the future?
Well, there's always fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of fear that we're not going to learn from this.
No, I agree. I was talking to my guest last night, and he said, "Wait till this whole suspension eases down and the bars fill up again, and the public events are sold out, and then we're right back to where we started." So there's this fear of once we're okay, we're clear to go. We think things go back to normal, and I don't even think the word normal is right when this is over. It's more. I don't even think safe is the right word. I think it's a precaution that we can go back to where the things were.
I would agree with that, Matt. I don't know. You know, I think we're defining a new normal as we go along. You know, with a lot of companies allowing their workers to be able to work from home and telecommute, is that going to bring on a wave of, hey, I've done this for a month, I think I could do this full time? Or the universities that have put a lot of effort into this e-learning for their students to continue with their education, are the students at some point going to say, you know what, why am I spending all this money to go to this campus when all my classes are online?
That's interesting. Yeah. Like I'm curious from a parent standpoint, is it hard to see your kids go through e-learning? Do you wish they were back on campus?
I think any parent would say it's better for their kids to be on campus. I think there's more structure to their day. I think there's some challenges with e-learning that we're not ready to solve yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if the technology is there yet to see, are the kids paying attention? Are they even watching the screen?
Yeah.
You know,
as the oldest of four, and I get to wake up every day to my parents telling my siblings it's time to go to work, aka school, and the groan is even louder than it was when they had to go to school. And I will say it's kind of funny to see my dad in a nice button-down shirt from like the waist up, and then he's wearing like basketball shorts and sandals on the bottom down. Really shows the professionalism and the willingness to still be professional during this crisis. Because I will say it's very hard to still maintain a professionalism where, like you said, I'm fearful about what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, my wife and I both tease each other in the morning. She's able to work from home as well.
Good.
So we'll meet in the kitchen for coffee and for breakfast, and then we'll kiss each other goodbye, and we'll have our commute to work. And sometimes I take the long route through the living room instead of cutting past the dining room to vary my commute a little bit.
Do you still do the "honey, I'm home" back in the kitchen at the end of the day?
Yes, I did. It's harder to say that when you work from home because it's harder to put down the computer and say, okay, my day is done.
Yeah.
there's a delicate balance between work life, and
Hmm.
it gets blurred a little bit when you're at home.
Yeah,
But yes, last night I did close my laptop at 5 o'clock. I went downstairs and said, "Honey, I'm home."
I love that. What do you think the response? What do you think the reaction is going to be, or how long do you think it's going to take for people to readjust to this normal life?
I think we're seeing a lot of adjustments on a day-to-day basis.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know how. I'm trying to think of a good example of that. We're seeing people who are dependent on students coming to them for piano lessons or voice lessons. We're seeing them reach out to their students via Zoom
Hmm.
or any other the plethora of online meeting platforms to have their students interact with them on a day-to-day basis, lesson-to-lesson basis. Um, we're seeing entertainers who are reaching out to social media and having a chance to interact with their fans through social media in a way that they haven't done before.
Hmm. That's great. So we know each other. We've done a couple shows together many moons
Yes.
ago. It really feels like a long time ago, but it's only been I think two or three. Which we played brothers and one, and then I played a dead person, and you played a guy with I must say the best mustache in town. I'm curious. Do you have a isolated beard or a quarantine beard coming?
Well, I was clean shaven for my role in Matilda.
Okay.
So I did not have a beard or any sort of facial hair for that. But once the show closed, I let it start growing. But it's interesting that you say that, Matt, because I had a conversation with some other gentlemen, and we were wondering, is a beard the best thing to have now with COVID-19 and with people, us being so cognizant of what's around our faces and whatnot? Are we harboring bacteria and viruses and whatnot in our facial hair that we should probably not be?
Yeah.
So I didn't get a good answer on that, but as of right now, yes, I still have a little bit of a beard.
I actually never thought about that. I should go. My dad and I are having this little contest or this little bet. When I told he's trying to grow a goatee right now, and they hate it when I grow a mustache for all the roles I played. So I told him, I will shave my mustache until when you shave that goatee, because both of us don't look. We both don't look good in it right now. I look very bad. I look like a young adult with a really bad Sharpie mustache, and he looks like he put on way too much whiteout on his face by accident. So we're really, it's one of those like we're just. Are you gonna shave? No. All right, we'll keep growing it out. But that's very interesting that you brought that up. I have to think about that now.
I know many, many, many moons ago when I worked in a hospital, we had to be fitted with, and whatever those masks are, the good masks.
Yeah.
And they said in order to be fitted for this mask, you need to shave your facial hair so it gets a tight seal.
Yeah.
Now that was 25 years ago, um, but even back then, facial hair for men was always sort of an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, clean. That's why we have razors and shaving cream. But who knows? Who knows at
That's
this
right.
point? So back to our love of theater. You and I, we played brothers, and It's a Wonderful Life a long time ago. And I like the joke of one of us is playing the younger brother to the other. Who is it? Um, and yet you played my little brother, and yet, I think I was 19 at the time. What do you think the response is to theater when this pandemic is going to be over?
Well, like with a lot of things, I believe people are going to just want to go see some live theater.
Yeah.
We have been cooped up in our houses, and we've been watching Netflix, and we've been watching Prime, and we've been watching all sorts of produced material in our little screens.
Hmm.
I think once we're allowed to go back out and theaters allowed to continue, I think people are going to be flocking to the theaters to see live entertainment, and not just theater, but also live music and art shows and
Yeah.
anything that we can, bring the arts back. I think people will be flocking to it.
Yeah. Do you follow the National Theater on Facebook?
I do not. Thanks for the tip. I should.
Yeah, they're doing every Thursday the National Theater at Home, and they upload a production that they did, and they started yesterday, and they did One Man, Two Governors, and it was hilarious. It's gonna be up until next Thursday, because then next Thursday they're gonna upload a different production. So that's how I've been getting my little taste of theater again. It's been very nice to have.
Sure. No, thanks for the tip. I will check that out.
Yeah, for sure. Travis, I'm curious, actor to actor, what has been your favorite role that you've done?
Oh, wow.
I asked the big questions.
I have to limit to just one?
Go. We have all the time. You can you can go as much detail as you want.
Well, I guess my all-time favorite role was when I played Julian Marsh in 42nd Street. Such an iconic role, such iconic songs, and Julian Marsh ends the show all by himself on an empty stage with a spotlight, singing one of the best songs out there. I mean, what a way to end the show.
Yeah, and you get to end the show. It's all on you, and that's a cool feeling, I must say.
Yes, it's a very cool feeling. But my other favorite role is a role I played twice, and it's a role you and I were in a show together with, is Mel Beinecke from the Addams Family.
Yes, that was a fun role, and you did that recently last fall at William Street Rep, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out William Street. They did I saw the highlights and it looked like a very very cool show.
It was a blast.
Did you see a difference when you done it 2 times in a row?
Absolutely. Even show to show, you're a little bit different.
Yeah.
But going from one company to another company with a whole new set of actors and a different director's vision, they're the same character, but they are definitely different performances.
Yeah, it's like I actually did It's a Wonderful Life again last Christmas, and instead of this big cast that we had when we did it, it was only 6 of us. So that means we had all my weird voices I had in my head I was using the entire time, which I guess I have to put it on the resume because it worked out for that. But yeah, 2 times, both of them were just wonderful times, and yeah, I loved it.
Were you George? Were you George again?
No, I was Mr. Potter.
Oh, you've got a very good George voice, but you also have a wonderful Potter voice.
Well, so it's funny when I had a cigar for like a character trait of mine, and so I was like, well, he needs to have like a raspy voice, so I talk like this the entire time, George. And but I think by the end of it, because we did I think 30 shows, I think by like the final 5, it was Potter grasping for air because I was losing my voice as the shows went along because I was doing the voice almost every night, and it took a lot out of me, but yeah, that was.
I believe that.
Yeah, so when I first did it, it was a very confident Potter voice, and then by the end, it was like George. I was like grasping for air. Well, it was fun though. You had to do it to get risk it to get the biscuit, as they say. Travis, do you want to do a game with some time we have left?
I'm a little afraid, but sure.
You're going to love it. So this is a game I do on my other podcast called Time for Two, and it is 2 minutes on the clock, and it is a series of random icebreaker questions, and there is no right or wrong answers. I'm just curious to see what you think.
Okay.
You're going to love it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. What part of the human face is your favorite?
Nose.
Vacation trip of choice.
Ireland.
If you can learn any language fluently, what would it be?
Spanish.
Do you think a hot dog is a sandwich?
No.
If you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be? Are you a morning or night person?
Morning.
Fruits or veggies?
Both.
What's your typical bedtime?
10 p.m.
What did you have for breakfast?
I had Greek yogurt with bananas, maple syrup, and granola.
Nice. Do you believe in magic?
Yes.
Can you beatbox?
Not well.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Repeat the question.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Oh, I would beatbox.
Did you suck your thumb as a child?
I have no recollection of that.
Do you wash your hands after going to the bathroom every time?
Of course.
I was going to say, you might as well now. You hopefully you're doing it now. Earth, wind, or fire?
Fire.
Favorite kind of soup?
Pea.
Are you a fork, spoon, or knife person?
Fork.
Is gym a school subject?
Yeah.
And finally, favorite ABBA song?
Mamma Mia.
There we go!
Probably because Mamma Mia is the last ABBA song I've heard.
Oh, really?
Is it ABBA or ABBA? I said ABBA.
Ooh, that's a good question. I should put that on the time for two, because some people do
That
say
should be a
differently.
time for two question.
Yeah, ABBA or ABBA. I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll get back to you on that.
And then you can get into that whole tomato thing.
Yeah. That's a good one. I'm putting that down after we're done here. That's a good question. Travis, I can't imagine someone I'd rather talk to right now during this pandemic. So thank you for taking some time to call and for letting me call you and talking. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Matt. You are truly an inspiration.
As you are. Hey everyone, thanks again for listening to this episode of You Have a Minute, a daily isolated podcast. My thanks to Travis Greuel for having some time to let me call and let us talk for some time. He's a very, very generous and sweet man. My heart goes out to him and his family and to everyone else. I hope everyone is safe, washing their hands, taking care of others by allowing people to not buy all the face masks in the world, share those, give those to doctors and people who need it the most. Thank you again for listening and stay safe all.